Hi, it's Erica with Presence in Parenting. I'm answering your guys' questions. I received a question from a parent. This was actually from a dad wanting to understand why his child gets so upset and cries. A lot of times, young children do not have the words to tell you what's going on inside of them. So we can think about it two ways. We can think about their physical sensations and those feelings, and we can also think about their emotions and how their mind and their body are working together. So as a young child, they don't really have the ability to regulate their emotions through thoughts. Usually, young children regulate through the body. From 0 to 3, from infants and newborns all the way up to 3 years, most of the time young children also use you to help them regulate. The brain literally cannot calm down all by itself. It's designed to actually do this through relationships. So couple of things. When you see your young child kind of seeming out of control with their feelings, when they've kind of crossed over that red line and they're screaming or crying, and you're watching them and going, what's going on? What's happening? Realize that your confusion is probably how they're feeling. They don't quite understand what it is that's going on inside of them. Their literal physical sensation feeling is overwhelming to them, okay? So you're kind of getting that from them, and then you feel overwhelmed, and you start having a sensorial experience in your own body that's quite overwhelming because you want to help them. You want them to feel better. You want to help calm them down. If you're in public, you'd like to not create a scene, right? So you start getting all of these feelings and all of these emotions. Think about a couple of things when you're in this moment. One, your child needs you to actually help them calm down. So don't separate yourself from them or separate them. Here, go over here and sit by yourself until you can calm down. Or I'm going to walk away from you. That's not really going to help them. So whether they're upset, hurt, sad, angry, throwing a tantrum, the same kind of thing holds true here. You don't want to abandon. You don't want to walk away. A lot of times that will heighten their anxiety and it won't help them calm down. It might actually exacerbate the situation. But you also don't have to, especially in the case if it's a tantrum, you don't have to soothe and kind of coddle and, oh, it's okay, it's okay. One, a lot of times that doesn't feel good. And two, that's not actually what they need and what I mean by saying, stay with them. They just need your presence. So whether you're standing there, whether you sit down next to them, whatever you feel comfortable with, as long as you're able to kind of breathe and help yourself calm down, just your presence, just literally you being there and you being in control of yourself will help them. Again, if you start feeling out of control, that's not going to be very helpful. So here again is Erica telling you, if you want to help your child, you got to work on yourself first. So keep yourself calm, breathe, be with them. You don't have to keep talking to them. Usually a lot of times when they're having big feelings, that thinking part of their mind that has to do with words and talking and listening isn't working very well, as you probably all know. They don't listen when they're like that. Yeah, they kind of can't. That part of their brain kind of shuts off, and they're in the lower sections of their brain, all about physical sensation and whatever emotions are happening inside of them that they don't really have words to. So keep that in mind. Know that your job can just be to help them at that moment regulate. When I say regulate, I mean calm themselves down so that thinking part of their brain can come back online, and then you can have a conversation about what happened. But trying to talk to them about what's going on when they're in that state, or if you're in that state, isn't going to help very well. So wait until you've helped them regulate, calm down. In order to do that, you have to be calm and regulated, and then you can talk about what happened later. Whenever a child is having big feelings, not a time for a teachable moment. That always can happen later. So whether it's a few minutes, a couple of hours, later that evening, take the time to calm first and then you can go back and revisit the experience together and make sense of it. That way, it's not going to live in them just as a physical sensation. Now you can put actual words and understanding to that experience, so that the next time they start having those feelings and those sensations, it may not be as overwhelming because you've helped them understand what's going on. It might take a few times, but each time you're going to help them gain more control over themselves and over their own emotions. All right, I hope that this shed some light on that question. Keep asking questions. You can comment here. You can find me on Facebook. Send me a message. You can check out presenceandparenting.com. Subscribe to this YouTube channel here, and we'll keep the conversation going and make all of this alive and working for you and your family. All right, I'll see you.